such a young team new to each other. Are you hoping to see the same type things on this trip?
Yeah, we got different issues here. One is we're not playing as many people. We don't have as many. When you have a lot of room for error when you have many guys as we had last year. So if someone didn't show up or someone was goofy, just sit and we're fine. We'll play without you. We win. We'll get you ready later. We don't have that luxury. The second thing is we don't have as big of bodies. So now you're looking at teams last night exploiting the post. Okay, how are we going to play if they do that to us? Obviously, we hadn't worked on it before East Tennessee State, and we talked our way through it in the second half, and we were better. But we've got to really figure out, what are we going to do? How are we going to do that? We're better in pick and roll. I mean, how are we going to play pick and roll? What are we going to do? We've got to be a gang rebounding team. You can't just say he's going to gobble up every ball. That's not happening now. But we could, it's just them accepting what we are. There's an excitement level. They're doing pretty good. It's just, again, you're practicing 10 guys, 11 guys now, and that makes it tough.
Bledsoe surprised you how well he's played?
Who?
Bledsoe.
No. I said he'd be the surprise of the draft. I've been wrong before. I think it was 78.
Yeah.
78. I think it might have been 77. It was 78 or 77. But I coached the kid, so I know he has a toughness and a fire and a will to win, and he's not afraid. And he just has to be more confident in himself. Like, we had to convince him that he was good enough to be a pro. I mean, all year, like, you just do what you're doing. And he was like, man, I'm not in. But, and again, you hug him a little bit, you let him know what you think about him, and you put him out there, and he cares about team. Hardest thing is to get players to trust when they've never had to, or their whole life has been about survival of themselves, or where am I staying, that kind of stuff. Now you get that young man to trust that everything's going to, if I just let up a little bit and not worry about me, I'll be fine. I don't have to worry about my numbers. It's neat when you have a player in the NBA scoring more in the NBA than he scored for your team. That's what's happening. He's scoring more in the NBA than he scored with us.
John, we asked
It's a neat thing.
one of your players, are you looking forward to this trip? And he said, yeah, Maui's going to be a great experience. We said, what about Portland? He said, oh yeah, that much of a concern, stuff like that.
It's, like I said, we've been hitting them, and there's a lot of experiences these guys have to go through. One of them is getting knocked down by a team that you should beat because you weren't ready to play. And you think at halftime you can turn it on, but it's too late. It's not. So that's an experience they're going to have to deal with. The other experience is going on a team that's just better than you. They're a better team. Why are they a better team? Because they've been together for 3 years. They're a better team. How do you now play? You have to take better shots. You have to scramble. You must play harder than they play, or you can't win the game. You can't play loosey-goosey. You cannot win the game. How do we now play? Maybe there's a big, huge team that's a little different. I mean, we got all that stuff we got to learn about. But that's why you play these kind of games. I said it last year. You can't do it against Popcorn State. You got to do it against teams that can beat you. And the first two we play, they can beat us. Obviously, we're going to Maui. Every one of those guys can beat us. We come back. Let's see where we are. I think we got some time after we get back to readjust and get things good. We could be, I hope we're not 1-4 when we get back, but, we could be. And,
How's Canada
Good.
before he goes to practice?
yeah, I'm done.